Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Golf Talk Radio. My name is Billy Gibbs. That guy over there is Mr. Mike Brabennick. We are your co-hosts. Back in Bakersfield is Hop. Good morning, Mike. Hop, how are you?
I am fine and dandy.
Mike, how are you?
Good, sir. Good to see you.
Our special Nikki Anderson back from Hawaii. I want to say to you, I don't know, Walina how.
Thank you, Billy, and aloha.
Yeah, well, I typed in how do you spell welcome back in Hawaii, and she didn't know how to say it, either do I. But it looks like Walina how to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome back. Nice to have you back in. Mike's words on the cheat sheet he sent me was, "How special are you?" or something like that. Did you not say, Nikki? What makes her so special?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna find that out today. We're gonna dig deep to find out what makes you.
Welcome back.
Oh no.
We've been setting this up for a long time.
So
It took you 2 months, huh?
So it really is good to be back. Are you glad to be home?
Yeah.
Sorta, huh?
I'm very glad for golf to be home because
No golf in Hawaii. So.
well, no golf buddies in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, I
And
get
it
it.
gets really old playing by yourself.
Yeah, it's got to be a bummer playing Hawaii, man. It's just. But so you really don't play. You don't have no one to play with on a regular basis. Right. Wow. And as special as you are, you would think you'd have special friends. Wouldn't you think that would be a special thing for her?
You would think.
You would think.
With your personality, I would think anywhere in the world that you go, people would want to play golf with you.
You would think the specialness of you being special would have special friends at a very special place.
But see, the thing is, I go and play in this fit club, and every time I go, I play with different people. So you don't get to know anyone.
You need to take a little special time aside and meet these people so you can get this special bond. Am I right, Mike?
Yes.
But I'm used to
It's a special
guys,
kind of thing that you
It
need
really
to do.
is.
I know.
You need to
But
be-
I'm used to you special guys, and that's like a big high bar.
Also joining us today, Billy Whitney from the Hole in One. I guess it's bestholein1.com, but the Hole in One company we've been using, they're awesome. They've been sponsors of the show. The golf ball cannon, how does it work? I know, Mike, have you already had it, or you're planning on having it up there?
Had a tournament that is actually booking it.
Nice.
And they're sending a crew out with the cannon.
Well, yeah, I probably have to get permission from the airport.
I want to see that.
I know, I can't wait to
the
see
local
it.
base up there. They all have to check, make sure you get proper permits.
You got to make sure you got a clear radius of so
absolutely.
many yards, I'm sure. You know
all the homeowners have to sign a waiver.
Well, you got to pick a hole that doesn't have homes. I'm sure.
Hey, that's not many on your golf course.
That would be bad if you got blown off course or something, and all of a sudden,
There's not many on your course that is homeless.
Interior,
One or two.
Interior 14.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
14-9.
Yeah, but I can still hit a house from over there.
Can you?
No, but you're right.
It's a pretty good.
There's a couple. You're right.
Yeah.
So everybody's got to get out there to see the candle. The
cannon.
They all got to get out there.
Yeah.
Though, right now, you need shuttle carts and buses and cabs.
Thursday, May 16th, the Triana Hope Family Wines tournament, and it's benefiting the Must Charities.
That's very cool.
So Must Charities is an umbrella of a whole bunch of different programs. You know, like one year we did our Golf Talk Radio tournament. We did the Smile.
It was a must.
It was the Smile,
Yeah.
like dental work for kids, and
How did it turn out? All right.
pretty good, I
Thanks,
think.
man.
hole number 8 would be good.
Yeah, but it's a cannon.
It's a cannon. It's not like your
It
driver.
shoots it like
It's, we're not,
that would be.
God, that's
You could kill somebody.
yeah, that's not good. There's traffic over there, man.
Okay.
How far does the cannon go? Oh, 350 yards. What hole are you going to pick? Hole number 8, 130.
You got there's yeah. You can.
What was that? Was that a
If
mosquito?
it shoots backwards, you
Holy
kill it. There's
cow.
schools over there. Isn't it right behind
I
that
thought
tee box?
I thought it was a drop.
Oh no,
No, it's a
Oh, it's
cannon.
a cannon. That's a whole nother
No, it's
story.
not. It's not a drop.
But besides the cannon, they do lots of things. We're going to be talking to Billy again. He's been on before, but we'll have him back. We also have Dave Shimano calling in. We're going to talk about his shaft, the Fujikuri Ventus shaft. And the group discussion, they will be talking about the new rules and how the PGA Tour players are starting to make fun of them. And maybe they're making fun of those rules could make the rules change. So there's a lot of hubbub about some of the actions that are happening out there with some of these new rules. Obviously, we'll have something to ponder. We'll be joking around. We're just going to have a lot of fun. So again, thanks for joining us. Mike, what's new? I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, buddy, so it's good to see you.
I know, it
It's good to be
feels,
home for me, too.
It feels weird.
I'm kind of glad to be back, but as you mentioned, enough rain.
Did it rain when you were in Florida? Because
Just a little.
usually
tiny
it does
bit.
rain a
Just
little bit when you're
kind
there.
of like Hawaii. I'm assuming, never been over there, but it just a little. It came in and was gone. You know, it was hot and muggy.
Real
I was
quick.
shocked it was hot and muggy, being February, March. That I'm always there in the summertime where it's really hot and muggy. I'll go there
Yeah.
almost every year in the summer.
Well, you crave that.
Just for a few days, yeah, I do actually. I lose a few pounds, it gets my complexion better.
Yeah, it clears, opens up the pores.
It does opens up the pores. Get to wear my cool Bermuda shorts, my flip flops.
Yeah.
It's just a good few days, but it was muggier than I thought, and it did rain just a little bit though. I mean, it was. I brought 5 overgarments and all kind of over what do they call these things?
Oh, like
Wind shirt?
wind shirts,
Yeah, but overwear.
pullovers.
What do we call it in the industry?
Outerwear.
Outerwear. I brought a bunch of outerwear stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And didn't use any of it. So, but I did.
Wow.
I'll come back to it. But we did go to an escape room. It was,
Oh, I couldn't do that.
it was awesome. But let's start with your BM, buddy.
I
What do you
would-
got
I
going
would-
on?
I would freak.
It was so.
That makes me nervous.
Hop,
just
have you
thinking
done
about
an
it.
escape room yet?
Couldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, her name was Helen.
I remember her. But that wasn't so.
That's awesome.
That wasn't so hard to get in. I mean, out right.
Oh no, it was. It almost cost me my life.
Wow,
Hop.
that's a tough room right
That
there.
is a bad.
It was a real tough room.
Holy cow!
But I gotta tell you, it was hilarious, and it was so cool. But what's up, Mike? Talk to me, buddy.
Let's see. I just I was struggling with the BM this morning.
That sometimes
Wow.
happens.
It's the first time in a long
Yeah,
time.
that's not healthy.
No,
No.
I don't like that.
So
Can't hold back.
So
I don't like that at
And
all.
if you could miss your window, have you missed your window? You want me to take?
No.
The window. Oh, you got it.
No,
It's
so
moving.
then
Okay.
so then I was thinking that over the last couple weeks, what happened, and because that's usually where I derive the stories from, things that happened to me or people around me, and I was going to say that I think this last week or so I experienced the full circle,
Circle.
big
Big circle.
maybe a little circle,
It's a tiny circle.
tiny, the full circle of parents, kids, and golf.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's that's a deep circle.
I had a
not
parent.
triangle.
No,
Not square.
This
circle.
is a rather maybe medium-sized circle with a lot of depth to
Wow.
it, right?
It's more of a
Yeah.
cone.
Sphere.
A sphere,
It's more
yes.
of a like
Three-dimensional, I guess. Would it be
what do
three-dimensional?
they call it? It's like tube things. It's like a
It's a
tube.
space object.
Space object. There you go.
Canister.
So I shared with you an email that I got from a parent that reminded me why I love being in the golf industry, which we do a Saturday scramble at Pass Robles Golf Club. Any kid can play. It's just a way to get the kids to play. And the idea is to get them to play. No interference with like coaching, nothing like that. Parents can go along with the kids. They can
don't
just
play along,
No,
they just go along.
they just clap. If there's a ruling or something, there might be a discussion on that. That's all the parents do.
Spine.
You scared Nikki so bad.
Sorry.
You're gonna have to go on the traction.
Wow.
So anyway,
That just brought back memories. Right?
yeah. So anyway, a couple Saturdays ago, a parent emailed me and said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know about my son, who's usually very stubborn, doesn't like to get out amongst other people because he's kind of shy, but he's stubborn at the same time." And he just said, over this last half year from doing the Saturday scrambles, he has just opened up. He can't stop thinking about golf, and he loves playing golf. And he's actually now taking on new challenges and doing all these things that he normally wouldn't do. And he just wanted to say, like, it's so cool that what this program does.
You're impacting that life.
So that was really cool. And then the other day, I met a gentleman who has his son has kids. Then they've got like, I don't know, 3 or 4 kids, and so they're coming out to the summertime, and he's looking for things to do. So I said, hey, first tee, just bring him out. Let's do this. It's probably the best way to go. And we get into this deep conversation. He's talking to me, and now these kids are 5
Oh no.
and 7, and 9, and there's 4 of them, 2 5s, a 7, and a 9-year-old. And so, as I said, hey, let's bring out to the first tee, get started. And they're only there for like 2 weeks. And so he starts giving philosophies on what he thinks they should be doing. And this is what they should do with their right hand. And this is what you do with their left hand. And their dad doesn't know what he's doing with them. And I mean, it went on for 20 minutes in the golf shop. And I was trying to do my best to just listen. And I finally just said to him, I said, everybody's different. And I said, kids are kids. You got to let them play. And I said, even if you do bring them out to the first tee for 2 weeks, I go, I'm just being honest with you. What I've seen, when they go right back to dad, the first tee will have an impact probably over 2 weeks and maybe carry on for a couple weeks. But once they go back to dad and you're feeding them this stuff and dad's feeding them this stuff, I said the reason they're not progressing is because of exactly the same things you're talking about that you're doing and you're talking with me about. I go, they're 5 years old.
Yeah,
they're 7 years old. They don't understand.
They don't learn that way either.
They can't
That's
learn
how
at
they
that
learn.
age.
They're not cognitive. They just can't, and no one can actually. But
No, and I said the same thing. That's
not
exactly
even
right.
Special Nicky.
Yeah.
And it takes the joy out of it.
Oh, totally. The conversation
Not
was
for
not
him. I mean,
you
for
know.
him, he was living through them, and that was his joy of knowing. He's spitting out everything he knows about golf to you.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm an expert. So
And I wasn't trying. I
got to
wasn't.
load the fanny. Got to load the leverage package and,
Right.
and deliver, and keep it on plane, and then reverse and fire the hip and extend down the send line without rotation too much. But you got to pronate instead of sub. That they're just telling you.
keep that firm
You
left
got
side.
yeah. So, but you do want to stay on that right side, or you want to shift to the left side and then fire. You got to
Yeah.
fire at the right time. Of course, you can't fire early, kids.
It's all timing.
Spine.
So I guess the reason I brought all this up was that this was both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Of golf in general and people, how they learn and what people think that it should be and that it is, and but it also is in summary of the whole thing, it's also what makes the game great, because people are constantly, you think constantly, Bill, how long you've been in golf and how much you continue to learn and how many different people you still meet that have different ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can,
And it's 35 years for me now almost.
to your point, I think having different ideas makes the golf great. What he's doing does not make the golf great.
Exactly.
Not to a little person's like that. So they won't play. They'll quit.
Right.
They won't enjoy it. They're not going to have any fun. It's overwhelming. They won't comprehend. They're going to be told that's not what you're supposed to do, and they'll quit.
Yeah.
So that in that aspect, and that's proven. That's just not my theory. That's
Right.
that's just information that.
Same thing happens with adults.
And so going on
Yeah.
to first tee trainings, we learn how kids learn. The same thing happens. Of course it does, but especially little people like that who so they all learn by games, and I think so should adults. But that's my opinion. But kids do learn by games and doing, not being told what to do. So if the game is designed well enough that they'll learn all those things he's talking about without even knowing. It becomes instinctive to them, and those golf skill sets will happen through the right types of games. But their brains don't function like that, right?
No.
So they
That's
don't. It's-
exactly what happened to me when I was younger, and I was 7 or 8. And the people that I was going and playing golf with, my parents had actually gotten me golf clubs that were made specifically for a child my size. They didn't get me cut clubs. They got me actual clubs, and I was into it until my instructors just
Barfed.
flipped out on
Yeah,
me.
that's-
And it was all about the instructions about. There was no joy in anything. I began
Yeah.
to dread going out there.
Exactly.
Because I didn't want to
Exactly.
get yelled at again, and my parents were really upset because I spent all this money on these golf, and I told them I didn't want to play anymore. And it's always kind of haunted me that happened, because I really, really enjoy golf. I enjoy watching golf, and as an adult, I've gone out there and played. But I had always wished I'd kept up with it, but I wish I had had better instructors.
And unfortunately, a hop story is not that uncommon.
It's probably
Now
really
it is uncommon with the first tee and some of the new junior. A lot of the new junior programs are catching on, if you will, are realizing that joy is, like you mentioned, there was no joy. You have to have fun. If you're
Yeah.
not, if it's not having fun, they're not coming back.
Right.
If you got someone that's telling you something you don't understand and kind of looks down at you like you don't understand, then that's intimidating, and you don't want that at
Yeah.
all.
And plus stopping you from
And
playing.
he quit. I mean, that's
Yeah.
so common. And so, when we have an 85% progression rate, or we have 85% of the kids, they'll stop when, usually at their impressionable years, you'll lose 50% because there's other stuff going on.
Lot
man.
to
If you
choose
get-
from.
You get to middle schools and stuff, that's very common. But if we could get 5s and 6, I went up to Mike, he had a 3 or 4-year-old. That little kid will keep playing with you until she decides that there's something else, and she'll probably golf the rest of her life.
Right.
But on and off, recreationally.
Right.
Who knows? She could become a high school. Very few players become high school players, college golfers, right? 10%. But those little kids out there playing and having fun, or Hop, if he would have had joy,
Right.
he
Yeah.
would probably still go, instead of going to Disneyland, he'd probably be going to a golf course right now.
So here's, and this is,
Not that he's going to Disneyland.
yeah.
Right, Hop? I love Hop.
But here's another, and this, I thought about as this happened during the week, and then I thought about my own son. You know, he's been doing the scootering competitions, and he was doing really great. And then I think it wasn't anything that my wife and I had him do. He wanted to do it, and then he hit, and probably 3 months ago, he's like, I don't know if I really want to do this anymore. And we said, you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes as a parent, that's really difficult to say that because you see the potential and you know that, look, man, if you keep going on this, the sky's the limit. But how do you share that with a child so that it's right? So now he took a break, and guess what? He got an invitation to come back from a sponsor to an event that's happening on the 9th of March. And now he's excited, and he's getting back into it again.
Back circle.
Yeah, but he also
It had to come from him.
Yeah, it has to come from the kid,
and
right?
And you didn't pressure it enough to say, no, hey, you're good, you got to stay with this. You let him decide I'm coming back.
But
He's
it's
coming back
hard. It's
stronger.
hard too as a parent because you want to see him succeed.
Yeah.
You say like, okay, look, you're in a unique situation. You don't realize it right now because you're in it, but from the outside. You know, and that's the guidance thing as a parent, not trying to drive him to do it because he doesn't want to do it anymore and that he should stay with it, but realizing like, hey, you've passed where most people went with this a long time ago.
Yeah,
you're
the
like,
great majority of people.
You're up in the top 15% at the moment.
He probably knows all of that too.
Yeah, he does.
The best thing is, it's like, hey, from what I see, you're really awesome at this, and it's been a joy watching. I mean, I think it's great what you've been doing, and maybe hopefully, they'll find this back again, and you'll find the passion again.
Right.
But we think you're awesome, and then it's just, that's because he was.
Yeah.
So now he's coming. I was excited he's coming back. Same thing. We got some of the little kids golfers that stayed for a session or two.
Yeah.
I'm talking 6 or 7 year olds. Well, then now they're back at 11. They went off and did other things.
Yeah.
And the parents say, "Are you still doing your programming?" Well, of course.
Yeah.
So they're coming back because the kids finally they checked other things
Yeah.
out. Thought this might be the one I want to do.
Right.
And there's nothing more healthy than doing other sports. Right.
And
There's
also
nothing more healthy than
questioning,
that.
saying, gosh, I wonder how much passion I really do have for this, and giving it, a chance for it to come completely from him, whether he decides to do it or not.
Right.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Billy Whitney, and I do want to share my World Golf Hall of Fame visit. If I have
We
a
got
chance.
definitely.
But
Sorry, that was a big one.
no, I liked it. It's okay. You got to get
It's all
those
that
out.
waiting.
And I'm glad that it worked out. So let's take a break. Come on back, and can't wait to find out how special Nikki is. What makes her so special as well.
Cool. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike Billy brought to you by TaylorMade Golf. Check out the latest M5, M6 drivers, fairway woods, hybrids, and irons today at TaylorMadeGolf.com. Stay with us.